Uh, Today we're going to talk about ums and ahs and specifically how not to say them. But it's a beautiful day, so we're going to go down to the seawall and do it there. So let's head over there. Alright, welcome back to the channel. My name is Ben Schubert. If you're new here, I'm a filmmaker, I'm based in Vancouver, and I help companies with their video marketing, content, and strategy. And so today we're talking about ums and ahs and how to stop saying them. So I work with a lot of clients who do multiple videos in a day, right? We do batch shooting, and one of the things that comes up is ums and ahs. And so that's something that I coach them through, how to reduce that. So today we're going to be talking about some of the things that I tell them to help them through that process, and kind of one of the realizations that I've had recently that's helped me get over it and has helped me work through the process of eliminating ums and ahs from my speeches in these videos. Okay, so one thing that I've noticed since thinking about this recently, someone posted something in the No Small Creators Facebook group asking about ums and ahs, and I started thinking about why we do this in general. And the thing that I've kind of come to think about is we live in a culture of interruption, right? English language speakers are known to not give space, right? We don't want to give up space because we are concerned that we're going to get interrupted, right? So I think ums and ahs and those placeholder words are placeholders to keep us from being interrupted by other people. It's kind of like a cultural defense mechanism in speech. We want to make sure that nobody's going to interrupt us and that nobody's going to take away our power in that moment. And so we use things like ums and ahs as ways to hold place. That's why we call them placeholder words or sounds or whatever they are. And we see this in our culture and our language with things like, in broadcasts we talk about dead air. We don't want to have dead air. We want to keep things moving. We want to keep things entertained. We don't want to have spaces where someone's thinking about something or someone has time to think about something else, get bored and change the channel or, whatever it is. And these even come up common in our social settings with things like the awkward silence. So placeholder words and these other kinds of sounds like ums and ahs, and anytime you're trying to take time to tell your story or to get your point across or communicate your idea, what you're doing is you're trying to have a defense mechanism to keep people from interrupting you. Now the thing is, with video, what makes ums and ahs so awkward that they sound different from regular speech is that nobody's interrupting you. There's just nobody here to interrupt me or anyone else, right? If you're in front of the camera, and even if you have a large crew behind you, they're just waiting for you to say what you need to say. So my biggest takeaway from this was patience. Okay, I'm wrong. This car alarm's trying to interrupt me. So for my 3 tips for how to deal with being on camera and trying to avoid saying ums and ahs, here's my first one. Don't worry. No one's going to interrupt you. This is your space to do whatever you want. If you need to take a quick second to just regather your thoughts, you can do that. Nobody's going to interrupt you. Just keeping that in your head really helps to keep things focused and keep things under control. For me, I'm not worried about using placeholder words because no one's going to interrupt me. I'm fine. So my second point is if you're feeling like you're getting stuck on what you're saying, you're using a lot of placeholder words like ums and ahs and likes and whatever, take a second, pause, and just go back to the beginning of the sentence or the idea, the paragraph, whatever it is, and just start over again. Focus on the one thing that you need to be communicating in this moment and just work on that. Often what happens is that by doing that and having a clear focus, you can avoid using placeholder words because you're actually thinking about what you're trying to say rather than the actual words that have to come one after the other, right? The idea is really always more important than the specific words that have to come. And last, third tip, really this goes without saying all the time, but come prepared. Do your best to prepare, whatever that looks like. Maybe you've got a series of lines, practice those lines over and over again as much as you can. The more you're confident with your material, the faster the shoot will go, the faster your speech will go, whatever it is that you're doing. The more you're prepared, the better, always, no matter what you're doing. There's very few circumstances where that doesn't apply. Alright, so if that video was helpful to you, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. If you have any questions or comments or other tips, please leave them in the comments. Love to hear them. Until next time, scram, just get out of here. Just go. You go. Alright, see ya.